Hello, and welcome back
to episode
118.
Why, if you wanted to introduce it today, do I have to prompt you?
No, you don't gotta prompt me. So we are on episode 118, and this one is You Can't Unring the Bell.
So what are you talking about specifically when you say you can't unring the bell? Hi everybody, I'm the Global Diamond Broker. This is, so far we have a nickname, we call her Katrina Rocks. If you have a better one, let us know.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
And you do kind of rock.
No, I do rock.
Yeah, so there you go. So let's just leave it at that. You can't unring the bell. And what we're talking about specifically this week is the absolute devastation that has taken, I was going to say has taken place, that is taking place in the global diamond industry right now. And, I don't know where in the world we want to start. Maybe let's start with where 9 out of 10 diamonds in the world go right now for cutting and manufacturing. And by the way, I'm going to draw a distinction here today because the diamond mining, the traditionalist, the natural diamond mining business likes to only refer to diamonds that come out of a mine as diamonds. And you want to keep this in mind when you're reading articles on this because you're not getting the full story. It's almost like the US election. You just don't get to see both sides of the coin. What's going on is they like to still refer to a laboratory created diamond as a synthetic diamond.
Yeah.
It is not a synthetic diamond.
That's correct.
Because there's a lot of reasons technically, is the fact that they're identical in composition.
Yeah.
But there's the fact that the powerful United States Federal Trade Commission took the word away. This was one of the first devastating blows for the mine diamond industry. They took the word synthetic away. They said they're identical. You can't call it synthetic.
Yeah.
So they still insist on that. So when you read numbers, when you hear things, when they're talking about diamonds, that's that side of the industry. When we talk about diamonds, we're talking about them all.
Yes.
And so we're going to draw a distinction with laboratory created and mine diamonds and what's going on. And so right now, let's talk about India.
Let's talk about India.
What's going on in India, Katrina?
Yeah, so Surat had to close their mine.
Not their mine, they're cutting sinters.
Yeah, that is correct. And there's been a significant amount of people who are losing their jobs.
And their lives, apparently.
And their lives, yeah. The suicide rate has gone up.
For people in the diamond industry. Now, here's what's being reported is that it's down 54%.
Wow.
The mine diamond industry that are being shipped into Surat. There's stockpiles of these things everywhere.
Yeah, there is.
And it's really quite disappointing that it's having such a negative effect on the population in India, because this is 9 out of 10 diamonds go there. It's a huge multi-billion-dollar revenue source for the company, but everybody who's in the mine diamond industry is shutting down. They're shutting their doors, and the expectation is it's only going to get worse. And so how does this affect you? So I was on the phone yesterday with a lovely woman. Her name is Ami from London, just outside of London, England, and we were talking about the impact of this, and she's considering a mine diamond, and as you know, I'm pro-choice.
Yes, of course, pro-choice.
Diamonds, lab, mine, your business, not mine. My business is to report the facts so you can make a good choice. But what's happening now is the legendary, iconic De Beers Diamond Organization that really is responsible for the growth of the industry and is being devastated right now as they try to go and get sold in the world somewhere to somebody. What they've done is they've said, well, we don't expect to get sold for at least 2 years. And what does that mean?
That means no one's buying.
No one's buying. And is the company going to sell for pennies on the dollars? Look, you've got mined diamonds. 85% are for industrial purposes. I don't know if I've talked about this before on the podcast.
Yeah.
They don't need them anymore. It's a dodo bird. They don't need mined diamonds anymore. They can produce them for so much less in a lab, for much more ethically, much more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
You know, the lies you hear about the environmental impact. Look at the environmental impact of mining. Look, and I'm just going to say it straight out. It's a dodo bird. So if you're considering a mined diamond, you need to know the facts. The facts is what we're here for. You're just saying yes a lot today.
I'm listening.
Really?
Because you
Am I
are
that
saying
compelling?
straight facts, yeah.
Am
Like
I
mined
that
diamonds
compelling?
are no longer the way. Lab-grown diamonds are
Decimating.
the way.
You know, it's up to, now they're estimating, like I said it would be very quickly, it was 50% of the engagement rings in the U.S. And here's, it's much above that now. It's about 2 out of 3.
Yeah, that's correct.
And with a bullet. Like there's so much against what's going on with the mined diamond industry. And I hate to see what's happening with it. I mean, so many suicides, and you can always Google anything we talk about in places like Surat in India. It's such a compelling story.
It is.
So on the other side, you have the laboratory created diamond, and what it's doing is flourishing.
It's growing every single day rapidly.
You know, early on, 2 years ago, we had Pandora, who's the biggest jeweler in the world, say, we're never doing a mined diamond again. We're done. It's unethical. It's dirty. It's the biggest jeweler in the world.
They love lab-grown diamonds.
Walmart, you can get them in, I don't know if you know this, but Walmart used to be one of the biggest jewelers in the world. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Right? How can you have an idea? Because they've given this access to people who wouldn't normally have access to diamonds. And now they're doing it with laboratory created diamonds. So again, the stockpiles are growing. And here's what they talked about this morning. As you know, I get up every morning and read the articles, so I am the most knowledgeable, or one of them in the industry. What was I saying this morning? I'm the GOAT. Okay?
GOAT.
The greatest of all time in this industry today. No one's held my positions or have my knowledge. And you know, what's going on right now is the business community has a big fear in the mine side of the industry.
Yeah.
And it is flooding the market with mined diamonds. Like, what are they going to do?
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad where the industry is at right now.
Yeah.
So you've been doing more homework.
Yes.
So we're not going to let the bell unring.
Yeah, that is
So what else have you found out?
Well, of course, with, you know, the rapid growth of lab-grown diamonds, everyone is trying to get a piece of the pie, as they like to call. Because, of course, it's more of an improved technology. It's a price advantage for generations like myself, Gen Z, millennials. It has more of an ethical appeal.
Are you making fun of my generation there? Like,
You said that
I'm
you were
a baby boomer. Is it really that funny that I'm a baby boomer?
You're a baby boomer. Okay. You're not far off, you know, like I said. But it's funny that I talk about generations. I did find out a new generation because we're millennial, Gen Z, Gen X, and Gen Alpha.
You
Remember
have a baby who's going to be Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha, he's Gen Alpha. And you never know. They're not even going to know what a mined diamond was ever. They're never going to know that. They're going to just see it in history books, or not history books, history online. They're never going to even probably approach a mined diamond. That's how, you know, scarce a mined diamond is.
Scarce.
Excuse me. Correct a few things. But market expansion on lab-grown diamonds is incredible. Because it's crazy how the lab industry is right now with the diamonds and how they're creating it.
Well, they have all the money in the world they need. It's a technological advantage. that they're taking advantage of economically. I mean, and we've seen it before in so many other industries. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
can I add one more thing though
Yes,
about
you
lab-grown
can.
diamonds that I personally love is customization and innovation.
you're
when it comes
wearing one.
to a lab-grown diamond, and the reason why I like that is because you can actually customize your own diamond.
You're wearing one that I
I know.
actually gave you as a gift, and then you told me it wasn't big enough. Like what kind of girl are you? Who says that?
I would love to have like an 8 carat on the neck. You walk into a room, bling.
You know what you need? We need to get you a rich boyfriend, okay? On the side.
Oh, on the side.
Well, you've got your daddy, baby
oh
daddy
my
and stuff.
goodness.
Hey, see if he'll be okay with it,
Oh, you are too funny.
right? To get you that 8 carat, because that's all you're getting from me.
Oh, that's all.
That
I
was a
get.
bit of a signing bonus for you, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah,
And
I
I liked
recall
it.
that.
But
Yeah.
we're not closing on that yet. You know, there's still some diamonds I gotta take a look at.
There's some negotiations still to
There's
come.
negotiations. You know, I like the earrings, the bracelet, another ring or so.
You're such a shallow human being,
No,
but it's one of my favorite qualities in a woman, okay? Like bigger diamonds, like this is what I look for, what I love the most. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why you're here.
Okay.
You
Well,
have the qualities I look for in a woman. Bigger, better diamonds.
got it. Okay.
So where are we at? So here's
Yes.
where we're at in the world right now. I could wake up this morning and I'm reading this article about De Beers doesn't expect to sell for 2 years. I was on in London, England yesterday with a woman who's looking for a serious mine diamond, and I provided her some information, and we got into talking about this on a Zoom call. If you haven't had me on a Zoom call yet, you want to get me on a Zoom call because they're fun, they're interesting, and
You don't know what you're missing out on.
right.
You get to talk to the
One-on-one.
himself.
And so anyway, what happened in this particular case is I explained to her what's happening with the fact that these are nowhere near the bottom. You know, this article was about the fact that everybody's afraid De Beers is going to flood the market.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to
Yeah.
liquidate what they have. I've talked about this a lot, how price is going to, like, is you know, lab-grown diamonds going to go up to reach the price of mined? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Can't, no,
Okay.
but mined diamonds are going to come down
Yeah.
to approach the price of laboratory created. What else can it do if they can't sell the stockpiles they have? De Beers keeps delaying sales.
Yeah.
There's no hope in sight. They like to do what Americans like to do. American politicians like to do is blame other countries.
Oh no.
Excuse me.
That's what you get for too much Gaviscon, right? You were
Well,
chewing it.
no,
this morning.
my tummy's okay now, but that was awkward.
It's okay, it needed to
Excuse
come out.
me,
It needed to
everybody.
come
Wow. I feel a lot better though now.
That's great.
Yeah, isn't that great? I didn't feel bad before, but right? Okay, so anyway,
Yeah, talking about.
I feel awkward. Give me a sec.
okay. Oh, okay.
I feel awkward.
Okay.
What was I talking about?
Take a breather, in and out.
What was I talking about?
We were. Okay, about the mine diamonds.
You're right.
They're going to be going down to price.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
so here's the thing, and here's what we talked about is the fact that they're not finished. They're plummet, and it's been a plummet in price, and it's still a manipulated market. And the article even talked about that. And so, for how much longer, with the holiday season coming up,
yes,
do you think they're going to keep the prices up?
Yeah.
Because it's a false market. It is a manipulated market. They manipulate the size, the quality, everything else to make you, if you're a sucker, and I think you have to be a sucker today to buy a mined diamond, at the prices that they're asking. Everything on jewelry store shelves is overpriced
Oh, definitely.
because it's the old price. Everything you're looking at is well above where it's going to be. That's the reality of this. And so what I suggested
Okay, suggest.
is to her is to let the prices continue to fall.
Okay.
Get a lab-grown diamond. I even offered her
Yeah.
to buy it back at 100%.
Wow.
I mean, you're never going to find a time like this to own a lab-grown diamond again
Yeah.
at the prices they're at right now.
That is the truth.
There
yeah.
will be a manipulation or a settling of price and then appreciation. That's how this industry works. No one should be surprised by it. But mine diamonds are going to continue to fall. They're continuing to fall.
Yeah.
The majority of the stones, which are those nasty little, SI, GH, and I colors that used to be okay to own, are not okay to own anymore. They've got to get rid of those somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see any way back. Now, I'm not a leading economist. I'm probably a leader in the world in the diamond industry, mined or lab grown, given my experience, my background, the opportunities the industry have afforded me. But it's a game that's over as far as I'm concerned, and you've got to take advantage of it. So I'm hoping what she does and what you do is keep letting the prices fall.
Okay.
Because you're investing in a depreciating hard asset. If you want to ever call a white diamond investment, they're not. They never have been. No one's ever made money by buying an engagement ring and reselling it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where we're at today. That's where the industry's at today. It's a sad place. Opportunities, look, is laboratory created diamonds. There's no blood on the hands of laboratory created diamonds. And this is another thing you got to look at is the blood diamond aspect of this. If people are killing themselves because the industry doesn't want to tell the truth about the value of the product that they've manipulated and sold forever, what are we going to do? Like that's, I'm sorry, they're blood diamonds.
That is correct. Blood
Right?
diamonds,
I
blood
mean,
on their hands.
So anyway,
I love that. You've given advice and suggestions. I did have a question, but you answered it. So.
what was your question?
It was more of like, within our generation of the Gen Z and millennials, our advice, like what would you provide us if we are interested in getting mined diamonds? Because the prices are going to go down. So once the prices reach the lowest level that they are, should we be purchasing mined diamonds just to say we have mined diamonds?
I think you're a long way. I think there's two-tier problems.
Yeah.
Number one, you're a long way away, and I know, are we at 20 minutes yet here? We don't want to...
17.
Really?
We're doing pretty good. We're chit-chatting away.
I felt like I had talked for an hour today.
No, this is good. You're answering all the questions. Like I have questions in my mind.
Are we going to be removing my little indiscretion from the... We're not, are we?
We're a long way from mined diamonds plummeting to the lowest value of sale.
So, but there's another problem with mined diamonds, and it's this blood diamond aspect of it. So are you going to want, literally, are you going to want a mined diamond at all? I brought this story up in some of the early podcasts, is they are getting to be known as the fur coats of the diamond industry.
I was just about to bring it up.
Right? They don't have a good reputation.
No, they don't.
And what we have already are people saying their diamonds came out of a laboratory when they actually came out of a mine, which is kind of crazy to think about.
They're trying to tell that story.
Well, because what's happening is the De Beers story, and look, we're in the middle of another one.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of more misrepresentation about the truth. I still get people coming to me every day going, it's a good financial decision, it holds its value. They have never held their value. It was a lie that's been told over and over and over again, and it's time for the lying to stop.
I agree.
Right? So...
And that's why you provide the education and the knowledge for people who do not know.
Well, what we are is we're a bit of a, we're more about bringing to the forefront the bringing to the forefront the truth about the industry, the facts about the industry.
That's why we're called the Hard Truth Diamond Podcast.
Right? It's the hard truth. And so these are some hard truths and some bitter pills for the industry to follow. So let's not leave on a negative.
Yes.
Let's leave on a positive.
Okay.
For all of you who have a laboratory created diamond, fine quality, fine value, look, I'm sorry, the money you have saved, you're better off putting somewhere else. You know, the other thing this woman and Ami talked about in London is the value of her. She had an engagement diamond. She wants to get a bigger one. Size was really important to her, and there's nothing wrong with that, particularly today, because the diamonds are big because of lab-grown diamonds.
Yeah.
But she took her old engagement ring and tried to sell it.
Oh,
now
no.
this is an educated, her husband is a very bright guy. They know what they're doing in the business world.
Yeah.
A few months ago she took it, and this is the story everywhere. A few months ago she took it to sell it, and it was worth a certain amount, and then she took it back to that exact same jeweler again. At least that's the impression I got, doesn't really matter. And she was offered half.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and these were all low figures. And it's not an oh wow. It's simple economics.
Yeah.
It's the law of economics. It's the law of supply and demand.
That
right?
is correct. Supply and demand.
There's so much. Do you know how much my things I talk about that you repeat it? It's quite cute. It's almost like I'm hearing it myself in my head. Okay.
Hey, I'm supposed to be your hype man in the back. You know your hype woman.
I don't need a hype man or a hype woman. What was I going to say?
Here we go. What were you going to say? If I wasn't here, you wouldn't remember. I'll let you.
Well, it's because you throw me off all the time. Right? It's your fault. It's never my fault. I think that's something you need to learn about the podcast.
Supply and demand.
Okay,
Here we go. Back on track.
So there you go. There's stockpiles of mined diamonds everywhere. Google stockpiles of diamonds. My God. Give your head a shake if you're thinking about buying a mined diamond right now. I'm sorry. They're going to drop much, much further. None of it's rocket science. It's a law of economics. The most basic, it's supply and demand.
Yeah.
There's so many of them everywhere.
There is, yeah.
Except in your jewelry store because of the manipulation of the market.
Oh,
Read
real.
De Beers, what was the term I used? And we'll end about this. Read about De Beers flooding the diamond market. It's a huge concern. It's got to happen. They need money. They're going to have to drop the price to the consumer. They need money. They need revenue. They're trying to sell the company. 2 years they're going to wait? For what? Dig your head out of the sand. That's the ostrich. We're not going to take the ostrich approach to business. Isn't it an ostrich?
Yeah,
I don't
that
even know if they do stick their head in the sand. But that was a kid's story I was told. Anyway, look. I'm the Global Diamond Broker. This is the Hard Truth Podcast. This is my lovely assistant, Katrina Rocks. And we're here to bring you the hard truth.
Yes.
We're grateful for you checking in. There's more coming. Sometimes I feel a little repetitious on this story of the war between lab and mine. But let me tell you something. The war is real, and it seems like there's always some new aspect of it. But I'm going to say this. If you're looking for a lab-grown diamond, the best prices globally, look at us. Look, that's just the reality, another hard truth.
Yeah.
And mostly because we have the lowest overheads in the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, we do.
And we have the
what
most
we
beautiful
do is,
diamonds.
And the world's most beautiful diamonds, that's for sure. Which is what it's all about now. And that's the new currency.
That is. Beauty is a new currency.
In the diamond, see, you did it again.
What?
You repeat everything I say. Repetition is the mother of learning, so I'll bet people retain more of the knowledge because you repeat it. I think it's quite cute,
so
actually.
too.
I'm going to set you up, though.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys, look, we're the Global Diamond Broker. We appreciate you checking in. You've got questions. We've got the answers, okay? You're looking for, please get us to give you a quote. you'll be glad that you did. Particularly, I was thinking this morning during tough economic times, don't you pay more?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't buy into it that economics. Look, the reason that the diamond industry wants to blame China is because they blame China for everything.
Yes.
Okay? Like, China's the problem. Chinese buying's the problem. It's a lie. The only problem the mined diamond industry has is laboratories.
That is correct.
Period. God bless. Reach out. You want to say reach out?
Yeah, reach out, DM us, get a quote, get in touch with the Global Diamond Broker.
We appreciate you. I love you guys. I've been supported for so many years here in this industry.
They love you.
Grateful. Take care. We'll see you again.